Peace and blessings. I'm Charles Muhammad, the host of Touch TV, the fabric of the black community. Touch TV comes to you every Thursday evening at 9:30 p.m. and Saturday morning, which is Friday into Saturday at 12:30 a.m. on Comcast Channel 23, RCN Channel 83, Verizon 1960, and anywhere in the world at www.bnntv.org. Also, if you miss any of our shows, you can check us out on VOD, Video on Demand. Today's show is a very, very special show because we're on location. We're on location because of the coronavirus. The BNN studios are shut down for recording, so my grandfather taught me you either go with the flow or become the flow. The other thing is my father said, pray, create, adapt, improvise, and overcome. And I say, there's 26 letters in the alphabet. So don't just have plan A, B, or C. Have 26 plans. So we have 26 plans, and we're on location at 651 Warren Street. Food for the soul in beautiful Uptown Grove Hall. However, before I get to that, this show is dedicated to a music legend, Bill Withers. You know, lean on me. And I'll lean on you. We lean on each other. Also, this show is dedicated to those who have been affected by the coronavirus. Our prayers go out to the families, the friends. Also, we want to make sure that you get the latest edition of the Final Call newspaper. That's right, the Final Call newspaper is digital. So you can go to finalcall.com, and get your latest edition of the Final Call newspaper. Again, my name is Charles Muhammad. I'm your host of Touch TV, the fabric of the black community, unbought, unbossed, uncompromised, the truth through the black lens. We'll be right back.
The plagues that were seen in the time of Egypt are now on America and the world. And whether you know it or not, death now is covering the earth like a plague. And God is using widespread death to show his power as a savior. And the road to life is so narrow that if you don't know how to get through, we are lost. Brothers, you don't know this man. But white folk know their world is coming down. And they are so upset that their world is coming down, that if their world goes out, they intend to take everybody down with it. So the evil of the wicked scientists of death is creating a plague that God himself is allowing, because God is the only way out. There ain't no other way. Some of you as Muslims, you really think because you accepted Islam that you're in the safety zone. Some of you as Christians, you think because you've accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, you're in the safety zone. I beg to differ with you. You are not in the safety zone by accepting somebody. You're in the safety zone when you are wise enough, intelligent enough to bow down and submit your will to do the will of God. Otherwise, you're on the road to death. Look, man, in the environment today, they got more DDT, chlorine, chloride.
And welcome Black to Touch TV, the fabric of the Black community where you can feel, hear, and see the difference. Our first guest today is my brother from another mother, an activist, an entrepreneur, a businessman, a family man, and just a good brother from the hood. That's right, the safest place to be is in the hood.
That's right.
It's Donnel, brother Donnel, the owner and founder of Food for Soul. Please and blessings, my brother.
Peace, black man.
All right. Now, I know you saw me shake his hand. The coronavirus thing is everything. He's got his black gloves on. You already put the disinfectant on it and whatnot. And I already did my thing. So we're cool. We're cool. You just make sure you do what you got to do. All right, brother Donnel.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about you, because there are some people that don't know who brother Donnel is. Where were you born? Where'd you go to
Boston,
school?
Mass, man. I'm born and raised in Boston.
Mhm.
I am a proud alumni of Boston Latin Academy.
Okay.
Prior to that, though, it's important that I make this comment. So, elementary school, middle school, right here in Boston. Hennigan, Woodrow Wilson. Then I was sent to Metco because my mom signed up.
Okay.
However, it was dark when I went to school. It was dark when I came home. And every single day somebody asked me, hey man, you gonna play football? Hey man, you gonna play basketball? It irritated me because they didn't want to know about me.
Okay.
So I said, Mommy, I want to go back to that school. She said, well, you better pass that exam test or that's where you're going. Mm-hmm. So I passed the exam test, went to Latin Academy. I graduated from Latin Academy. I then went to the United States Army, then to Clark Atlanta University, where I received my bachelor's in political science.
Okay.
And stayed away from Boston for well over 10 years. And my mom wasn't doing too well, and then finally I came back home, and I've been here ever since.
Okay. Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you for what you do in our community. There are those who are being infected and affected about the coronavirus. Over 6 weeks ago, you did something extraordinary. You started feeding our students.
Yes.
Because the Boston Public Schools were shutting down. There were thousands of students that depend on free meals.
Yes.
And you decided to take your business and start feeding our youth that may be only 30% of the population, yet 110% of the future. And then it morphed into taking care, feeding seniors.
Yes.
Tell me, what inspired you to do that?
In all due honesty, I am very close with Monica Cannon. She's a dear sister of mine. She has an organization called Violence in Boston. She called me, Brother D, can you feed 200 kids a day? Well, who's gonna pay me, Monica?
Good question.
She says, well, I could probably raise the money to pay for the food, but that's about it. I said, just 200? She said, yes, 200. I said, sure, consider it done. The reason I said, sure, consider it done, is because I'm a part of a village. This is my village. I have an obligation to do any and everything I can to assist, help, nurture, and protect those in my community that I can. So I said, no problem. However, on the very first day, the very first Monday that I did this, as opposed to 200 people, it was 850.
Yes, sir.
It was not my original idea.
Right.
However, anyone in my community, and when I say my community, I'm talking about the entire city of Boston, Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, West Roxbury, Hyde Park. Everyone knows if you step into food for the soul, you have no money, but you're hungry, I will feed you.
Wow.
Now you might come in and say, can I get $5, brother? And I'm gonna tell you no.
Right.
Right? Someone may come in and say, how much is one piece of chicken? What is one piece of chicken, Brother Charles? It's not sustainable.
Right.
So if an individual comes in and says, hey man, can I just get one piece of chicken? I always say, as well as my staff, we don't have one piece of chicken, but whatever you want to eat today, you can have.
Wow.
So because this is my general practice, because I'm in business only by the grace of the Most High God.
That's right.
I'm not in business because I have the mindset of Bill Gates or anyone else, right? I'm not Marcus Garvey, but I love him.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I don't have the mindset of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but I love him.
Yes, sir.
Malcolm was one of my heroes, but I'm not Malcolm,
Right.
but I love him.
Yes, sir.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan Muhammad, I'm not him, but I love him. These are my examples.
Yes, sir.
These are the individuals that showed me, do what you can. Do what you must. Because sometimes we believe we can't do it,
Yes, sir.
but we must do it. So I'm in the business of serving my community because that is what the Most High God, Almighty God, Allah has put on me. I'm in the service business.
That's right.
So when Sister Monica called me and said, Brother D, we got to feed, can you feed 200 people? No problem. It turned into a lot more than I expected. To whom much is given, much is required.
Right.
This is my 4th year in business now. But I am only open by the grace of Allah.
Praise be to God.
My community supports me daily.
Yes, sir.
So if I do not return the same support to my community, shame on me and close me down. Because if there's a business in our community that is not supporting those who cannot support themselves, those are the ones we should never go to again.
There you go. There you go. If you're just tuning in, it's Touch TV, the fabric of the black community on location. Food for the soul, located in beautiful uptown Grove Hall, 651 Warren Street, right across the street from the largest black bank
Yes.
in America, One United Bank, and I do have an account there. Donnel,
Yes.
you said that Monica came to you to do 200
Meals a day.
meals.
Yes.
That first day, Monday, it went to
850.
850, and I believe Tuesday or Wednesday, I came down and was volunteering.
Yes, sir, you
We
were.
did over 1,000.
Yes, we did. 1150.
Yeah, we did it, and I was like, wow. And I started coughing a little bit, so I said, let me not be around
Yes, sir.
with the food, and let me go take care of myself.
Right.
And whatnot. But I was watching you on Facebook,
Yes, sir.
and let's talk about the funding. I know that a lot of it came out of your pocket. Monica has a fund or what have you. But let's talk about the funding. The funding was there for the 200, but where the funding, how did you end up funding for 1,000 or 2,000 meals?
If someone were to say to me, Brother D, can you feed 1,000 people a day for free? I said, man, get out of here, man. What you talking about? Right? Monica Cannon and I have over 10 years of history together.
Okay.
We worked together in an organization here in the city of Boston. I'm not going to name it, but we worked for them.
Right.
And we both left them because they had an ideology, a parenting ideology, see, where they had this thought process that said, well, we know how to take care of you and your people more than you do.
How so?
Well,
yeah. How so? You
okay,
answer that
so
one.
I'll be a little more specific because I must. At times, there are entities that feel as though they can come in our community and tell us what we need.
That's right.
They can, quote unquote, tell us what we want, tell us how to achieve it, or so they think. Sister Monica and I worked at an organization as such. Mm-hmm. However, when they began to tell us, well, this is how you should serve your people. No, you don't understand my people. You have privilege. We have deficit. You have great schools. Our children don't have textbooks. How dare you even begin to think that you understand our predicament more than we do? So we left, both of us. I say that to only say we have history.
Okay.
So when that sister came to me and said, Brother D, can we feed these people? I said, sure. Monica has an uncanny gift, if you will, for grassroots fundraising. When we started this, it was not the city of Boston. It was no major organization, i.e. Boston Foundation. It wasn't anyone.
Right.
The individuals who allowed this to happen was everyday people.
That's right.
We had via PayPal, via Cash App.
Okay.
We had everyday citizens, $10, $5, $100.
Now this is so just so that you know, because BNN is nonprofit, we
Correct.
can't announce money value.
Oh, yes, sir.
But like we get the
Okay.
point.
So we had an enormous amount of people who decided to back our mission. That's how we got our funding.
Beautiful.
It wasn't from state, federal municipalities, or anyone.
Yeah.
It was everyday citizens.
Yeah.
It cost literally $3,568 a day. Sometime a little shy, sometime a little more, to do this. I don't have that money, Brother Charles, every day to do that.
But it happened.
But it happened. It didn't happen because of me. It didn't happen because of Monica, right?
The love of the people.
It happened because, no, not even just the love of the people. It happened because God has a better plan than we do.
That's right.
Right? At the end of the day, man, I worship a true and living God.
That's right.
And this true and living God put it in the hearts of the people of Boston. And let me just say something real quick. I'm talking about the very same people that the news media often throws away. I'm talking about the community that they say is dangerous. I'm talking about the individuals that are depicted in a negative manner 7 days a week, 365 days a year. These people decided that this was a worthwhile cause. Grassroots funding.
Let's talk about the volunteers.
Yes, sir.
How many volunteers do you have per day, and how does the word get out to these volunteers?
Okay. Brother Charles, I have no cut card. In other words, I speak clear and plain. I drink my coffee, right? Dark roast, black, 6 sugars, no cream. So I'm gonna be honest with you. What I'm about to say right now may be surprising to some, and it may upset others.
Okay.
But I have no choice but to speak the truth.
Yeah. Go ahead.
90% of our volunteers, because of the coronavirus and everything that's going on, it's delivery only at this point.
Okay.
Okay? 90% of our drivers are of European descent.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
On a day-by-day basis, it is difficult for Violence in Boston and Food for the Soul to get our own people in our own community to service the ones we love and cherish.
I told you was gonna get passionate.
Yes, you did. I'm
Passionate.
sorry.
I knew
You
was gonna get
told me,
passionate.
but it's all. You said, don't beat your chest. I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I did it. I apologize. It won't happen twice. So when you talk about the volunteers,
Okay.
so Sister Monica's in charge of that aspect, right?
Okay.
She's worked through the city of Boston, Teachers Union, as well as a lot of various organizations. And these are folks who feel as though our community has been done a disservice. So they want to do what they can
Right.
to assist us,
There you go.
right?
There you go.
And honestly, Brother Charles, it's bittersweet. I love the fact that these volunteers have come out, and they come out on a day-by-day basis in a community that is not theirs to support my brothers and sisters.
Right on. Right on.
But it hurts me to the pit of my soul that those who look like me don't do the same.
So that would be one of the obstacles
Yes, sir.
that you have met and overcome. What are some other obstacles, the naysayers?
Yes. So let me tell you this. I'm not a politician. Never have been, never will be. Because in my humble opinion, politicians got to do a dance, and I'm not dancing.
Okay.
So there are some politicians, I'm not going to name them because that's an off-the-book conversation.
Okay.
You see? Because sometimes we have to understand that when we have an issue in-house, we need to deal with it in-house. However, there are some folk who would argue that, well, this is my district. How come no one didn't come and talk to me about it? Why must I talk to you about a problem?
When your finger should already
You should be on the pulse of the people.
That's right. That's right.
So instead of getting upset that I didn't come and cowtail to you, why didn't you come down to Food for the Soul and volunteer?
Right.
Right? That's current politicians. Then there are, excuse me, then there are some old
Maybe I
politicians.
should stand back.
Well, I do have my mask. I just didn't get no water. You're okay, brother. Then there are some elder politicians who felt as though they didn't hand down the cup.
Wow.
They called ISD, City Hall, Boston Police.
Envious, jealous.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
We had the Boston police officer come in here and say, well, I got a call that you guys were serving food and the restaurant was full of people. We looked at him and said, well, he said, oh, no, I don't see any people. I just see you guys bagging up stuff. There was 3 people in the restaurant. ISD, flooded 40, 50 phone calls. City Hall, flooded 40, 50, 60 phone calls.
Yes.
How can someone be jealous about folk trying to feed those who cannot feed themselves?
Right.
You understand?
We got to do for self.
You
That's
see?
right.
So for those individuals, I say, shame on you. The Most High will deal with you.
That's right.
But see, every time Satan has his plan, Allah has a better one.
That's right. That's right.
You understand?
Yes, sir. It's Touch TV, the fabric of the black community. I'm your host, Brother Charles. Our guest is an amazing, an awesome, a blacknificent brother who has stepped up to the plate to take care of our community in a time of need. And as he stated, Sister Monica is the one who approached him to do this. No nation can rise higher than
And
this
this
woman.
woman.
You have to remember that.
That's right.
It's Touch TV, the fabric of the black community. I'm Brother Charles, and if you like to be a guest on Touch TV, it's real simple. You can call 617-334-4639, or you can text that number, 617-334-4639, or email me at Charles4Boston, that's F-O-R, Charles4Boston@gmail.com. Back to this exclusive interview, and it's my first time ever doing an interview on location. So I'm gonna thank the coronavirus for making that happen.
That's right.
Back to my brother Donnel.
Yes, sir.
We got a few minutes left, and
Yes.
we want to bring Monica on.
Right.
And you talked about politicians.
Right.
We want to bring on State Representative
That's right.
Liz Miranda.
That's right.
Who's volunteering.
Yes, sir.
also.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to how the community can step up and help you. You mentioned delivery. So
Right.
you need more delivery
Yes.
drivers.
Yes.
That have vehicles.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how old the vehicle is.
No.
Long as you put gas in it and it can run.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
You need volunteers to bag up the meals.
Correct.
Okay? All right. How can they get in contact with you, Brother Donnel, to make that happen?
Okay.
How can the community get?
One, you can call us here at Food for the Soul,
Okay?
857-249-3040. They can also email me, Brother D, as in David, for the people @gmail.com. That's Brother D, for the people @gmail.com. My sister Monica will be on your show shortly, and she can give you the information in regards to how they can donate via PayPal and things of that nature. But let me say this before I depart.
Sure, sure.
The only thing I know is that I know nothing. Every day of my life, I ask the Most High God Allah, please help me be better and help me do better. This is a worldwide pandemic, but it's actually a blessing to my community because it is forcing us to come together. I've seen more unity in my community than I've ever seen in my life during this time. I would beg upon my community that when we pass this, because we shall, let's not stop being unified.
That's right. And practicing proper hygiene.
Yes.
And making our homes places of worship.
Yes.
And making them clean and uniting with our family and our friends.
Absolutely.
Brother Donnel, thank you very much. Before we go to a break, let's give out your contact information again.
All right. Food for the Soul, 651 Warren Street. That's in Uptown, Grove Hall. I am right beside the post office and directly across the street from Metro PC. Our telephone number, 857-249-3040. Again, 857-249-3040. Email Brother D for the people @gmail.com. That is Brother D for FOR the people @gmail.com.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
We're going to take a little pause for the cause. And when we come back, more information to build a nation from the world's greatest station. It's Touch TV, the fabric of the black community. We'll be right back.
Sodium. And in one of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's writings, he said this is aimed at the reproductive organs of the male in particular, the black male specifically. Some of you don't even realize you're dying now in terms of your ability to reproduce life. They have so much DES, or the female hormone, in foods and whatnot, that they say that the sperm count in America has been reduced in half. And in doing experiments on certain animals like crocodiles, they found that the sperm count of the male crocodile is half what it should be, and the size of the crocodile penis is half of what it should be. You say, well, what does that got to do with it? Are you being vulgar? You notice how white folks can't produce children today? Do you know that they're at zero population growth? That every time a white one dies, a white one is born, that means that they're getting older and grayer. And even though you're killing each other wholesale, it don't seem like nothing can stop black folk from having babies. Do you realize that white folk know that in less than 100 years, we will be the predominant major population in America? It will be over 50 to 60% black. And if the black ever unite with the Hispanic, it's over. It is over. You will be the power and take over America politically without firing a shot. So the white boy knows your gun ain't more powerful than your ability to reproduce babies. You got another gun that you've been shooting, brother.
Welcome back to Touch TV, the fabric of the black community, where you can feel, hear, and see the difference. Our guest, Sister Monica Gannon-Grant. Now, Brother Donnel spoke about her. We have her here. She is the brain child that put this together. She is also the founder of Violence in Boston, a nonprofit organization. Peace and blessings, my sister.
Peace and blessings.
Okay, and you and I go way back.
Yeah.
To when you were doing your fundraisers, your block parties, whether it be the basketball over by Erie Street. Yeah, I'm going back some, right? And of course, in your neighborhood. Brother Donnel mentioned you that you came to Brother Donnel about making this feeding our community happen. Why did you go to Brother Donnel, and then but what inspired you to even come up with that idea?
So I'm a mom. I have 6 kids. 4 of them are biological, 2 I adopted, and they had begun to close schools, so Mayor Walsh had announced that they were closing the Elliott campuses, which were schools that had children who were exposed to the coronavirus. And I knew that eventually he would be closing Boston public schools because we were watching schools close across the country. And so I know that there are over 5,000 BPS students that are homeless, and for a lot of them, the meal they have at school is the only meal that they have. And so I called D. I said, hey, listen, I got a feeling they're going to be closing schools. If they close schools, we got to figure out how to feed these kids. And he asked me, what you have in mind? And I was like, well, let's start feeding them during the day. And he's like, where are we going to get the money from? And I was like, I'll figure it out. I'll put up a fundraiser or something. And he's like, okay, well, let's do it. And then the mayor announced that they were closing Boston public schools. And I put together a flyer. And that Monday, we started feeding BPS children as well as seniors and families. The first day, we had 850 people we fed, which I thought it was going to be a couple of hundred people.
Folks are hungry.
Yeah, but the truth is the coronavirus exacerbated a problem that was already existent.
Right.
So it wasn't like it caused people to be hungry. It was more so people were already struggling, and due to them not being able to go to work and children not being able to go to school, it just exacerbated an already existing problem. So From that day, we've been feeding 1,775 people per day, give or take. Some days are like 1,500. And we've been doing it. We're in our 4th week now.
Yes. And I know, I think it was that Tuesday I came by and you were like, it's 800, it's almost 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
this is so impressive. And you like inspired me. And, you know, I had to just tell people about it. Let's talk about funding, because Brother Donnel said that you're the one that kind of, you know, handles the funding part of it. And I know in the beginning it was just your nonprofit organization and Brother Donnel and some of the volunteers from the community.
Yeah, so I put up a PayPal, and the first few days it was just everyday people who were donating. I literally put up the post, and a few hours later we had about $3,000. And it was like that for the first week. I want to say we got, every day I would wake up, the money we spent at the store the previous day would be replaced. And so
that's a blessing.
That's a blessing. But then we began to have people come in and donate to us, and Tony Richards from No Books, No Ball, and
great organization.
Yeah, the New England Patriots.
Wow.
And Thaddeus Miles from Mass Housing, and it just, you know, people were not just writing checks, but they were also giving their own personal money. And then I had the Boston Foundation had put out that they would help people who were servicing the community, and we got approved for that, being one of the first organizations to hit the ground when the coronavirus pandemic began to happen. And then all the other ones, it's just, you know, they follow me on social media and they're like, we want to support. How can we support? And I've been telling them it costs $3,300 a day to be able to feed 1,775 people. And so people have been making sure that we've had that every day.
With the coronavirus, the internet is more popular than ever.
Oh,
Social
absolutely.
media is more popular than ever. I mean,
Right.
you have folks doing some things they normally wouldn't do on social media. How can folks continue to donate, continue to help, to be part of this initiative?
Yeah, so we are at 651 Warren Street in Grove Hall. And we've been taking toiletry donations, canned goods, because that's the other piece. Along with us serving meals, we've been giving out boxes of care packages to families as well, courtesy of people coming by and helping us. More specifically, Leroy Peoples, who works with the city, has been coming, helping me prepare care packages, and then we drop them off to community members. But if people would like to donate, it's PayPal. It's paypal.me/violence in Boston, but all the information is on social media. So if you go to Facebook, it's Violence in Boston. If you go to Twitter, it's Violence in Boston. If you go to Instagram, it's Violence in Boston. And then there's a website, and it's V as in Victor, B as in boy, socialimpactteam.org. And that's the Violence in Boston website, and it has everything up there.
What keeps you motivated, being a wife, a mother, an activist? Did I miss anything?
A daughter,
A daughter?
a sister,
Yeah.
a auntie, and all of that. Kids being hungry, nobody should be comfortable with that. Our seniors being hungry, nobody should be comfortable with that. And, you know, the coronavirus has been hitting our senior population extremely hard, and those with compromised immune systems. And so a lot of them haven't left their homes in weeks, and we can't just forget about them. Every time we lose a senior, we lose a library, we lose knowledge, we lose experience. And so we all got to get old one day, and so taking care of our seniors and making sure that our babies eat has to be a priority. I have children, but I also recognize that I have some privileges, and being connected means that me and my kids is okay. And so I feel like for those of us that are doing maybe just a little bit better than others, we have a responsibility to send the elevator back down. So,
That's right. That's right. Contact information, Monica.
617-652-0151 is the Violence in Boston number. Leave a message, even though I may not answer because I'm in here working. And I have a driver coordinator who is off-site, who takes care of responding to emails and connecting with drivers that have been donating their time. Shout out to the mayor's office, the Greater Boston Labor Council, the Boston Teachers Union, all of those places have sent drivers for us. So we have 30 drivers a day right now who are volunteering their service to come deliver food to our community. And a lot of them are school teachers who are now delivering to their students.
Contact information, one more again.
Yeah.
Social media.
Violence in Boston on Facebook,
Yes.
Violence in Boston on Twitter, Violence in Boston on Instagram, VIBSocialImpactTeam.org, which is the Violence in Boston website. But if you put in Violence in Boston in Google, it'll come up. And you can go through my page, Monica Gannon-Grant. I have a persona page and then my personal page.
There you go. Monica, thank you very much for all that you do. Before you came on, I said no nation can rise higher than this woman. And it took a woman to go to Brother Donnel to blow this up literally.
Yeah.
So I say thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Charles.
It's Touch TV, the fabric of the black community, where you can feel, hear, and see the difference. My sister from another mister. Listen, we're going to take a little pause for the cause, and we're going to be right back with our state representative, Liz Miranda. Well, she's the bomb.com. We'll be right back.
That's more deadly than the AK-47, man. The white people look like everywhere you turn there's a baby. So white folk have decided, look, I don't care if we get some of our own, we'll get them too. There's no way out, brother. You can beat your tambourine. You can go to church and shout. But if you don't change your lifestyle, you're on the road to death and destruction. Sisters, brothers, I'm talking to Muslims now. You are under attack right now and don't even know it. Some of us have been taught how to eat to live. And we are accepting everybody's diet except the diet of the best knower.
And welcome back to Touch TV, the fabric of the black community. I'm your host, Brother Charles Clemons Muhammad, and you are the best and the brightest. And don't forget, Touch TV comes on every Thursday evening at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time and Saturday morning, 12:30 a.m., which is really Friday into Saturday, on Comcast Channel 23, RCN Channel 83, Verizon 1960, and anywhere in the world at www.bnntv.org. And when you go to that website, I want you to select Watch Channel 23 now, and we can make it happen. If you miss any of the shows, listen, we're on VOD, Video on Demand, on that same website, top right-hand corner. Just hit select, and it's in alphabetical order, and all of the Touch TV shows from 2014 to present is there just for you. My next guest, what can I say? Awesome, amazing, and fantastic. Our state representative for the 5th Suffolk District, Liz Miranda, is in the house with us right here on location. Our first time ever doing a location interview or taping at Food for the Souls, 651 Warren Street in beautiful Uptown Grove Hall, right across the street from the largest black bank in America, One United Bank. And yes, I do have an account there. That's right. So, State Representative, it's an honor and a blessing to have you on Touch TV, because I think this is the first time you've ever been on Touch TV.
Yes, first time. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you for.
And it's an election season, so like we didn't make this happen because of election season.
No, we did not.
We did this because you're at Food for the Soul.
I am.
Donating, helping out, feeding thousands of people. How did you hear about this initiative, and what inspires you to be part of it, even though your district is across the street?
Yeah. I think a couple of things. I think I've been quoting this quote for about a month now that I saw online that said moments of crisis are also moments of opportunity. I am a legislator. I got elected in 2018 with that awesome girl gang of District Attorney Rachel Rollins, Congresswoman Ayanna Presley, and my classmate and colleague and friend Nika Elugardo in Jamaica Plain.
Wow.
So 4 black women in November of 2018 got elected here in Massachusetts, and it was a big deal. But I came from years and years of community organizing. I'm a DSNI kid. I grew up in Dudley Street, where we went through the worst of times, but mobilized as a community. So when people ask me why I do certain things, although I'm an elected official and I work on laws and work on getting money for my community and constituent issues, for example, today I dealt with about 100 unemployment claims. The Office of Unemployment is a state function. The DTA office, Department of Transitional Assistance, the RMV, issues around immigration. These are things that I work on every day. But because of COVID-19, it is that much more heightened. But people need to eat.
That's right.
And I feel really strongly that I could not be home while about 25% of the people that Brother Donnel and Sister Monica are serving are people who live in my community who need food. Food insecurity is a big deal. You know that. Your mom helped build, and you did, the Mecca right behind me, which was the first supermarket in our community in decades.
Right.
We don't have access to fresh, affordable food in the ways that we need it. And so I knew that I've been volunteering all day. First, I was with the Cape Verdean Association of Boston on Bowdoin Street, which is my district,
Right.
where we fed about 125 seniors in senior housing across Roxbury and Dorchester.
Right.
And then I came here because Brother Donnel and Sister Monica and all their volunteers are feeding people at Ellen Jackson Apartments, which is about 4 blocks down, which is my building.
Right.
Those 50 seniors, they're mine. And that's how I look at them. They're like my Nana and my Papa.
That's right.
And so I want to make sure that they're fed and they're okay during this time of great isolation and fear.
I know of you, promotions,
Yeah.
Graphic design, radio. So you've always been about the people, and here we are talking and discussing a serious issue, but we can smile about it because it's something that we do natural, helping people, servicing people, and it's in our DNA.
Yeah. I mean, this is a moment in time where, of course, we got to stay safe, we got to stay healthy, but the most important thing is to stay humane. And although I know that I, grew up poor and didn't have a lot of things, I know that I'm a person of privilege. I'm in elected office in such a time as this. And I look at that opportunity to serve my community differently because our community has different needs. Food insecurity, unemployment, people had their wages evaporated 3 weeks ago. Some people had never applied for SNAP benefits, but they're getting SNAP benefits now. Some people never applied to unemployment because they had a good job, and now they're faced with having to apply to a system where they might not have the language access or capacity or, computers.
Right.
Like, Marie St. Fleur, who's my predecessor about 15 years, she worked on the digital divide so much in the early 2000s. And the fact that we're still dealing with issues of folks not having computers at home, not having Wi-Fi, not having the tech literacy it really needs to meet the demands of their current lifestyles, it's crazy. And not to mention the health.
Right.
Really, COVID-19 is impacting people of color more than any other group.
And I heard about that almost like 2 weeks ago, where 75% of the population in Louisiana, black folks, are the ones that are being affected. So as a state representative, as a legislator, as a politician, how can one get in contact with you so you can direct them to their state representatives and what have you? What's your contact?
And I've been doing a lot of that, and that's important to know that just because you're not in my district doesn't mean I don't help you. I have Newmarket Square all the way to Fields Corner, but I help people as far as Stoughton. I've gotten calls from Worcester. I've gotten calls from Revere. So I'm very easy to find. I'm on all social media platforms, Liz Miranda, L-I-Z, Miranda like Miranda rights. People can call me at 617-722-2430, which is the State House, and we're forwarding all of our calls to our cell phones.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, which is an important piece because people are still calling the office. My email is liz.miranda@mahouse.gov. And I answer inboxes, DMs, Snapchats. This is a time where we need to be visible and accessible and vocal. And I just want people to know that I'm there for them, not only in the physical form, but when I'm at home working 12, 14-hour days, I'm there for them too.
So let's give out that information
I will.
one more time. Government information and the social media information. Nice and slow for folks.
Okay. So my name's Liz Miranda, Representative Liz Miranda. And you can go on liz.miranda@mahouse.gov. You can also Google who is my state rep, and people will come up. On social media platforms, I'm on LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I have thousands of friends on there. You can just search Liz Miranda, and both of my pages on all those social media platforms will show up. You can call me at 617-722-2430. And find a friend, phone a friend. I'm here. I'm working 14 to 16-hour days just to try to make sure that our people get through this. And I just want folks to know as I end this, stay encouraged, stay prayerful, whatever medium or beliefs you have or don't have, because this is a hard time, but we will get through this. Thank you very much.
Awesome. State Representative
Thank you.
Liz Miranda.
I'm going to do the elbow because we're social distancing.
5th Suffolk District.
Yeah.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
all that you do. You inspired me.
You inspired me. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I wish you the best because it's an election
Yeah.
year, and we want to make sure that we put folks in the office like you who are not lip professors, but who walk the talk, talk the walk, all about action.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, good
All
night.
right. It's Touch TV, the fabric of the black community, where you can feel, hear, and see the difference. Unbought, unbossed, uncompromised, the truth through the black lens. Blacknificent. Stay there.
Thank you.